Create a vision and goals so big that the best people in the world can fit their goals within your vision. That is how we attract the best players in the game. Now, if you're a business owner and you run a company, you can't do it alone. You can't get to the top by yourself. You can't compete with the big companies by yourself. And you can't do it with crappy workers. The only way you can succeed, the only way you can hit those numbers, 200K, 300K, 400K a month, the only way you can get there is by leveraging people. You can't do it on your own merit. Richard Branson said a famous quote. He says, create a vision so big and clear that everyone understands it. Find the best people in the world to execute that vision and give them the resources they need and get out of their way. As an entrepreneur, it's not our job to do the work. It's not our job to be the best media buyer. It's not our job to be the best copywriter. It's not our job to be the best salesperson. It's our job to have the best vision. You need to create a vision that is so big, so high, that you can find an A player and ask them what their goal is, and their goal can fit within you. And I'm going to give you an analogy. Let's say your goal, your vision's so big and you want to make $1 million a month profit. That's your vision, right? I'm going to use that number because it's easy. You can go and find someone incredible who only wants to make 50K a month. You can find another incredible person who only wants to make 50K a month. Because you're going to them and saying, well, I want to make $1 million a month. So your goals can fit within my goals. But if you only want to make $10,000 a month, how can you attract an A player? If you only want to make $50,000 a month, how can you attract the best people? Because the best people might not be entrepreneurs. There's incredible workers who want to make a lot of money but don't want to own a business. It's not for them business, but they want to work within a business and they want to be able to achieve their goals. So we need to get very clear on our direction and where we're heading. Because the bigger you think, the better you attract. The bigger your goals, the better people that buy into what you're doing. And that is how you attract the best people, right? You have to create, it all starts with your vision. They have to buy into your vision. They have to see room for them within your vision, and they have to be a part of what you're doing. If you attract these good people, but then they don't make any decisions, and you don't let them vote on anything, and you don't take their input for anything, they're not going to have any emotional connection to the company. They weren't a part of it. So what's going to happen when they maybe decide to do their own thing, or someone else poaches them with a better offer? They haven't created an emotional bondage to your company because they haven't made any of the decisions. So once we have these A players in, once we've attracted the best of the best because we have a good vision, it doesn't end there. Because when you have the best, you have to keep the best. Because you have to understand that the best in the market are getting poached. There are recruiters, millions of recruiting companies. Their only sole purpose is to poach good people. That is their sole goal. I need to poach an incredible worker from this company and move them across to this company. So how do we protect ourselves? When we're scaling, we don't want to lose our ops manager. We don't want to lose our head sales guy. We don't want to lose our head general manager, right? We need to keep people, and having a vision isn't enough. They need to be emotionally connected to your company. How do we do that? You make it about them. It's not about you. It's not about you as a business owner. Don't take the credit. Don't make it all about you. Don't make all the decisions yourself, because these people probably have better decisions than you. Because as a founder, sometimes our mind can get a little bit deceived and blocked. And we're focusing on so many different things that we can't see some of the little small details. Because if you're like me, I'm a big thinker. I'm thinking into the future, 5, 6 years ahead. I don't see the day-to-day operations. So if I have someone come in who's really good at numbers and they're trying to give me advice on spreadsheets, I'm going to take that advice because I'm not thinking about that stuff. So when you have an A player and their goals can fit within your goals, and now they're making decisions, now they're coming to the meetings, now they're steering the ship, how can they ever leave? When someone tries and poaches them, they go, it's my company. It's my baby. I built this. If they're a man, they go home with purpose. Right? They go to their wife and their friends and family and everyone. They're proud because they're a decision maker. They have responsibility. Humans thrive on responsibility. So number one, you're attracting the best players because you've created a massive vision which allows them to fit in there. Number two, you can keep them. You can keep them because you understand exactly what you need to do, and that is exactly getting them to buy in, exactly getting them to make decisions, exactly getting them emotionally invested through making those key decisions. So now you're going to keep them around. And thirdly, and this is so important, guys, and this is by far the most important thing that we need to understand when building a team, when scaling a team, we need to understand what motivates them. Because what motivates you won't motivate the next person. What drives you isn't necessarily the same thing that drives them. There's a great book, I forget what it's called, I think Tony Robbins has it. It's about the 6 things that people are driven by. You need to understand, are they driven by money? They might not be driven by money. Some people are driven by validation. Some people are driven by freedom. Some people are driven by responsibility. Some people are driven by stability. Some people are driven by risk. So you need to first find out, what are they driven by? Because you don't want to dangle a carrot in front of them and it's not their flavor. They don't want that type of carrot. So now you're trying to keep these people, trying to motivate them with things that motivate you, but they're not you. They're a different person, right? That's why they're not doing the business. So the 3 most important things is have a vision, very, very big, right? Number 2, let these people be a part of making decisions. Let them be a part of how the company goes in the direction. And number 3, know what motivates these people. Know what drives them to get out of bed and feed them with that. So this is exactly how you attract A players, and it's how you keep them around forever so you can scale your company and you can achieve those big goals. Thank you very much for watching.